Once upon a time, in a peaceful farm nestled deep in the countryside, there was a mother duck eagerly waiting for her eggs to hatch. One by one, her eggs cracked open, and adorable little ducklings popped out. However, as the mother duck counted her newly hatched babies, she noticed that one of them was quite different from the rest. This little duckling had grey feathers instead of bright yellow, and he was larger than his siblings. His appearance was not what the mother duck had expected, and she couldn't help but feel a pang of disappointment. As the days went by, the other ducklings teased and ridiculed the little grey duckling. They called him Ugly Duckling and mocked him for looking different. The poor duckling felt sad and out of place, and he longed to be accepted and loved like his siblings. Despite his best efforts to fit in, the ugly duckling was shunned by the other animals on the farm, and he grew lonelier with each passing day. One day, the ugly duckling couldn't take it anymore. He decided to leave the farm and set out on a journey to find a place where he would be accepted for who he was. With a heavy heart, he bid farewell to his mother and siblings and ventured into the wide world beyond the farm. As he traveled, the ugly duckling faced many challenges. He encountered harsh weather, unfriendly animals, and experienced hunger and fatigue. But he also met kind-hearted creatures who offered him shelter and food along the way. Despite his struggles, the ugly duckling persevered, driven by a glimmer of hope that he would find a place where he truly belonged. One day, as the ugly duckling was resting by a tranquil pond, he caught a glimpse of his reflection in the water. To his amazement, he saw that he had transformed into a majestic swan with dazzling white feathers. He was no longer an ugly duckling, but a graceful and elegant swan. As he swam on the pond, a family of swans approached him. At first, the ugly duckling was hesitant to approach them, fearing rejection once again. But to his delight, the swans welcomed him with open wings and accepted him as one of their own. The ugly duckling was overjoyed to have found a place where he truly belonged and where he was loved and accepted for who he was. From that day on, the ugly duckling lived happily ever after with his new swan family. He made new friends, explored new places, and experienced a sense of belonging that he had longed for all his life. The other animals who had once mocked him now admired his beauty and grace. The ugly duckling had learned that true beauty lies within and that being different is something to be celebrated, not ashamed of. And so, the ugly duckling's tale became a legend, passed down from generation to generation, a heartwarming story of self-acceptance, resilience, and the beauty of being true to oneself. And every time someone heard the story, they were reminded that even in a world where differences are sometimes ridiculed, everyone has the potential to find their own place of belonging and live happily ever after.